3. Hey y'all, it's Betsy. So I had a lot of people who asked how I did my eye look that I had on Wednesday's video. So I figured we'd go ahead and do a tutorial for that. So I'm starting off bare-faced. Now, the first thing I'm gonna go ahead and do is prime my eyelids. I am using the Milani eyelid primer, which isn't my favorite, but it works. But I'm trying to use up some of the products I can, like primers and foundations and all that fun kind of stuff. I just placed a new order for some more eyeshadow. I got some more concealer. I ordered from Makeup Revolution. I was super excited for that order because I needed more of their concealer, but I also I wanted the Emily Noel. So now I'm going to take the Jaclyn Hill Dark Magic palette, and I'm using just a big fluffy brush from the Morphe Eye Slay kit, and I'm taking the shade Poof right here, and I'm using that cream color to set my eyelid. So I have a nice even base. And excuse my eyebrows, they're getting to the point where they need to be threaded, so I need to let them grow a little bit so I can go get them redone. So there we go. And I like to set my eye primer so that way all my eyeshadows go on smoothly. And you can use just a regular setting powder, but with my deeper complexion, I like to have some lightness up towards my eyebrow, and I wanted a matte shade, so I figured I'd go ahead and use the Poof color, that nice cream shade. Now, using the same brush, I'm going to go into the Hush Hush shade from the Bling Boss palette. All of the rest of the shades will be from this. And this is a nice, true, cool tone mauve. Beautiful, beautiful for fall. And with my hazel eyes, this color scheme really pops and makes them look nice and green. So as you can see, I'm just applying that from the crease and a little bit lower than the brow bone. And that applies beautifully. I know that some people have had issues with these palettes. I actually really love them. I have used them several times. They're really, really nice quality. Now I'm going to take a little bit smaller crease brush. This is Cuvage. I bought like a set of eye brushes on Amazon, and I really like these. And I'm going to go into the shade Rockstar, which is a little bit of a plummy pinky purple. And I'm going to use that in my crease. And just blend that in. Mainly keeping it, the deeper shade portion of it, closer to the outside edge. And lightly blending it through the rest of the crease. There we go. Now I'm going to just repeat that on the other side. And I do makeup that works well for my eye shape. Not everybody takes and does it the same way that I do, but this is what I like. So that's what I'm going to do. Because, you know, I love makeup. I love makeup in general. People make it a little bit more life or death than what it should. Makeup should be fun. Now I'm going to go into the shade Berry Treasure, which is a deeper plum with some glitter in it. The glitter doesn't show up too well, and I'm using the Morphe M507, which is just a smaller, tighter crease brush. And I'm going to keep that shade nice and tight just on the outer edge. and the the lid closer towards my hairline, because I'll put a shimmer shade. And then with the leftover shadow on the brush, I'm just going to take and bring that in a little bit further, just in the crease, just to deepen it up a little bit. And I love these plummy shades, which I love all four of the palettes. The Armed and Dangerous, or Armed and Gorgeous, is really pretty, but I love a good army green and yellow eye look. So there we go. And we're going to clean up the outer edge when we do our foundation. Now what we're going to take and do, let me find my, where is, I guess I didn't bring it over here. I was going to use a sponge tip applicator. Now I'm going to use the shade Ballsy, which is almost like a plummy purple with some gold reflect in it. And I'm going to take and apply that with my finger all over the inner half of my lid. And I love this shade. I don't have anything else like this in my collection. It is just a beautiful, beautiful color. It looks so pretty on. Now I'm going to take that same crease brush that I used to apply the deeper shade, the Morphe N507, and just kind of blend in the shimmer to the, well, really it's a matte with glitter shade. So as you can see, the top portion of our eyes are pretty much done. So now what we want to do is we're going to go ahead and apply our primer. And I'm using the Prime Perfection by Milani. And we're going to go ahead and smooth that all over our skin, which there are a ton of Milani products that I love. There we go. Which, as you know, I just did that on my discount drugstore tutorial, or products that I love. So now I'm using the Milani Conceal and Perfect Foundation in number 6 Sand Beige. In my Real Technique sponge, it is already pre-dampened. And to help give the edge of the eyeshadow a nice smooth finish, I take the sharp point of my sponge and almost angle it up and blend it really close to the eye to give it almost that cat eye effect. But right now it's getting close to that time of the month and my skin is wanting to break out some. So typically whenever it's like that, having a nice full coverage foundation works out well. And don't forget to blend down your neck. And I know the foundation looks dark on my face before I blend it in, but my arms and my neck and the rest of my body are a lot darker than my face because there's always sunscreen on my face. So there we go. Now what we're gonna do is I'm taking my Hoola Quickie Contour Stick, which this one's almost empty, and I'm gonna go ahead and bronze up my face a little bit. And contour the nose. There we go. And down the neck a little bit. because I have a very round face, so I like to slim it out a little bit. Okay. And I'm still getting used to doing tutorials, so. But I started the second channel because I had so many people commenting on my makeup and wanting to know what I did, so we started the second one so people would know. There we go. Blend that in. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and conceal, and I'm using the Maybelline Age Rewind and Neutralizer. There we go. Highlight the center of our face. And typically when I blend in my concealer, I start with the centers and then work my way towards the eyes. So that has a little bit of time to warm up to my face. So there we go. Okay. And I think one of the most important things you can learn as far as makeup goes is how to do a good smoky eye. Now I'm using just a big Morphe powder brush, and I'm taking my setting powder. Where is it? There it is. I found it. And I was baking, but here lately it has not wanted to set under my eyes. Dusting it off. This is the real RCMA no color powder, but it is in the Kat Von D Locket container because I was not a fan of the container for the real RCMA powder. I love the powder itself, but I don't like the container for it. And we're just taking and setting our whole face. There we go. Now we're gonna go ahead and do our brows, and I'm using the Too Faced Brow Envy Kit. I've actually hit pan on the blonde shade, but I'm going to use the brunette shade today to do my eyebrows. There we go. I always feel like your face starts to take a little bit of definition once you get brows on. There we go. And I'm just using an angled brush to apply the powder. I like the look of powder. I feel like it gives it a more natural feel versus using the pomades, and I also like a good pencil. I'm using this because I'm wanting to use it up, like I said. There we go. So if you're wanting to see a review and tutorial with the Emily Noel palette, she has been a beauty blogger that I have followed, or beauty YouTuber that I have followed for a while, and I love her stuff, and I'm so excited that she's coming out with, and I try to support, as you can see, I'm using the Jaclyn Hill beauty YouTubers collaborations. There we go. Just kind of smoothing and evening out. As I said, my brows are crazy right now. There we go. So now we have brows on, which they are looking extra thick, but we will be getting them threaded in a few days, so I have to let them grow a little bit or there's no point in going to get them threaded. Now to bronze up our face, I'm going to use the Morphe M500, which is, I love this brush for bronzing, and I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Powder Bronzer in Rich Amber. Lightly dusting it on. And bronzing. Okay. Now let's go ahead and do our blush. I'm using the Pretty Vulgar in Make Them Blush because I'm using a cooler toned look in general. And I'm using the Aesthetica P12. This came in a BoxyCharm. And it just adds the nice pinky glow because I'm going for more of a pinky look with this purpley pink eye look. Now what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to take, where's my smudger brush? I'm using the IT Cosmetics, and this is just a smudger brush. And I'm going to go back into the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I'm going to go into that shade Rockstar. And just take and smudge that right under the lash line. There we go. And I'm going to take that same crease brush, but I'm not adding any more product that I used with the darker shade called Berry Treasure, and blending it out and adding a little bit more smokiness. Now we're going to take the Morphe M431, which is just like a pointed pencil brush, and I'm going to go into my highlight shade, which is the Anastasia Amorisi highlight, and take and use that as my inner corner highlight. There we go. I'm going to take just the tiniest bit of that and blend it right up close to the brow bone to add a little bit of brightness. And I'm going to take, where's my highlighter brush? I forgot my highlighter brush. It's okay, we'll make do. So I'm going to take just the very tip of the brush that will notify you when I post new videos, which is every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Other than that, don't forget to check me out on all my social medias, Facebook, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram. I use Facebook and Instagram the most. So I think that's it. So thanks, and y'all have a great day.